Hi guys, and welcome to ScubaTube, the entertainment and news show. This month I'm going to be having a chat with James from Apeks and Aqualung about their BCD range, but first here's the news. In recent news, dates for the 2016 EUROTEK conference have been announced. This year it's going to be held on the 8th and 9th of October, and tickets are available from their website eurotek.uk.com, and the link will be below for you to click on. So EUROTEK is a global conference in the UK where divers from all around the world come to discuss the latest technical diving industry, looking at the physics and recent experiments, as well as the latest equipment available. We're having guest speakers from all around the world, as well as dive brands from all around the world that are going to be discussing their recent findings on top of all of their recent equipment that's available today. So if you want tickets, click on the link below and book them before they get sold. In other news, Blue Abyss is one step closer today. They recently released a new 3D visualization of what the pool is going to look like. So this is the proposed 50-meter deep diving pool in the UK, which will be the deepest diving pool in the world, currently held by Y40 in Italy. So Blue Abyss will cater for everyone from recreational divers to astronaut training. It's going to be a big boost to the diving economy in the UK. It will cater from everything from training you in your entry-level scuba to astronaut training. More details and a in-depth 3D visualization image have been released from a forthcoming video that can be found on their website, and keep your eyes out for the new footage as well. Another one in controversial news, Triton. Some of you will recognise this from a couple years ago. A miniaturised scuba regulator that's been proposed. It's always been in sort of prototype stage, but this has re-emerged recently on a crowdfunding website. We're not promoting this in any way, but we'd like to get your comments and your views on it below. It's being proposed to get put back into production by filtering oxygen out of seawater, or by using compressed oxygen cylinders in the miniature regulator. Again, put your comments below, links in the description. We'd like to hear what you think about it. In store news, we've got a new brand, Santi, which is a Polish technical diving brand, and Santi create a lot of exposure protection. They have very high-end dry suits on top of undersuits and scuba diving accessories. So if you want to check out the latest dry suits from Santi, click in the link below and have a look at them on our website. Earlier on, we managed to get our hands on the latest SUUNTO computers, the Zoop Novo and the Vyper Novo, which I did a product video on, showing you how they work and what you get with them. Again, links below, and have a look at our videos. Earlier on, I had a chat with James from Apeks and Aqualung, so let's take a look at that video. Okay guys, so today I'm joined with James from Apeks and Aqualung. Hi James.
Hi Mark, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for joining me. So quickly describe sort of what you do for Apeks and Aqualung.
I look after all the trade accounts, all the way from the Midlands down to the south of England. So all the dive centres up and down the country.
Yeah, so whenever anything new from Apeks or Aqualung sort of comes onto the market, you're the first to really bring it to the sort of southern UK dealers.
Yeah, I get it out there, get everyone excited about the new products, and hopefully get them into the hands of the users.
Awesome. So today we're going to be looking at BCDs and buoyancy control devices, just trying to sort of explain different pros and cons and features, and sort of what the smaller things do in specific BCDs that Apeks and Aqualung make.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge range. I mean, selecting a jacket isn't easy. It's not a small investment sometimes, and you want to make sure you get the right jacket for the sort of diving that you're doing. So yeah, so I brought a selection along, and we can have a look at some of the differences between them and help people choose the right jacket for them.
Cool, awesome. So if we have a look at the Pro HD first, so if you grab that for us. So this is your sort of almost sort of entry intermediate level BCD.
Yeah, this is a great first jacket. This is a new jacket introduced just in the last couple of months, and has really done very well for a couple of reasons. It's, as you mentioned, Mark, a great first jacket. It has plenty of features that a new diver's going to need: good inflation, pockets, It has integrated trim weights on the back here.
Yep.
It's sturdy enough to be able to get bashed around and do some UK diving.
Sure.
But it's also light enough to be able to travel with as well. And also integrated weight pouches, which are part of the SureLock system. And this is a really popular feature, so that's something we wanted to get onto an entry-level jacket.
Yeah. And it's relatively inexpensive when you compare it to a lot of other BCDs. It's quite a cheap BCD, but you get a lot for your money.
Yeah, I prefer to think of great value rather than cheap.
Great value.
So it's not going to break the bank for a new diver, particularly if you've got a lot of kit to buy first off. I think this is a really good starting point for a lot of divers who want a traditional wraparound style jacket.
Yeah, so this is a jacket style BCD, so all of the bladder inflates all around in front of you as well.
Yes.
Which is very similar to what most people learn to dive in.
That's exactly.
Yeah. You got your low pressure inflator hose over your left hand shoulder.
Yeah.
So traditional 2-button interface, and also pull dump as well. So if you pull that down over your left hand shoulder, it'll vent.
That's right, but also you've got dumps everywhere you're going to need it. You've got a dump up on the right hand shoulder and down on the bottom side here as well.
Yep.
So dumps nice and easily accessible. So yeah, really nice easy jacket to dive. And some nice colours as well. This is we've got the more fashion conscious diver. We've got a nice blue theme running through a lot of our products now. Again, that's been really popular. People like this.
Yeah, no, it's smart. So this is kind of a unisex style BCD. It'll be right for boys and girls.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely designed to work with almost any body size. We've got a good range of sizes on this.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to get someone into a jacket which fits them well and works for them well. A couple of nice little features that we've added onto this jacket. Thinking about storage of the SPG. So we've got a little tuck-in pocket here. So the SPG can actually live nicely tucked and secured out the way there. It's even got a little picture telling you where it's going to go. And the octopus as well, rather than having to fold our octopus and tuck it away into here, which people tend to do, that can put a bit of a crimp in the hose. Much more room in here. Pushes down into the front and it's nice and easily accessible by the buddy.
Yeah, it's still quick release, but with the gauges as well, instead of that hose wrapping all the way around the outside, being quite vulnerable, you can tuck it in underneath.
That's
through
it.
the pocket.
And some D-ring attachment points here as well for a nice spool, an SMB, or maybe a slate or something like that.
And a
camera.
Cool. So this one's unisex, but you also do some female specific BCDs because, let's face it, boys and girls, we're different shapes. So sometimes a unisex BCD isn't always that comfortable for women.
Absolutely. So I think that was something which we really wanted to do at Aqualung, was to make sure there was a range of jackets to fit different people's body types. The female jackets actually come in two forms. What we have is a jacket, first of all, which has a much higher D-ring up on the shoulder.
Sure.
Or we can have a jacket which actually has ergonomically shaped front panels on it.
Yep.
So again, it's going to depend on the shape of the diver and the body type that they've got. Again, trying a couple of different styles on are going to make this much better than just buying something with no idea whether it fits or not.
Sure. So this is the Soul i3.
Yes.
So the i3 sort of designates the inflation method.
Yeah, that was an innovation that we added to a range of our jackets, some of which are available with and some without. So again, choice there from the customer. All the i3 does, if we have a look, all the i3 does is place the inflate and deflate in a nice, easy to locate position.
Yeah.
So that might be where our hand naturally sits down by our side in our normal dive position. What it means is no matter what our orientation, whether it's at the surface or whether it's maybe having a look in a crevice at a critter, we're able to dump gas. So that will always dump gas from the highest point. So it's connected to the dump valves throughout the jacket. Yeah. So it's just really nice and easy, just trying to make the diving more comfortable.
Yeah, so instead of a sort of long, low pressure inflator hose that can sometimes get sort of tucked in around your shoulder, everything's controlled by this switch, which inflates and deflates the BCD from a single position.
Yeah, nice and streamlined, and we can always all inflate from here as well if needed. Integrated pouches as well, and plenty of storage space. And again, even with a bungee loop to keep something like a small torch or something secured on the inside. And all of our jackets now are coming with the knife grommets. Yep. So that's a really convenient place to keep a knife, so it's always accessible.
Nice tucked away, but easily to grab. So this BCD, the shape as well is slightly different. You've got larger areas around your sort of kidneys as well.
Yeah, this is what I would call a hybrid jacket. So this has the bias of the inflation out towards the back. So rather than the inflation coming all the way around the body, what we've got is the inflation sat where the tank is naturally going to sit.
Sure.
And what this actually does is help the diver get a much better position in the water. So the jacket itself is actually going to help keep a trim position for the diver.
In a nice horizontal position.
Yeah, exactly. And again, with the i3 system, that's going to mean that even if you're in a normal swimming position, that's still going to be dumping gas really naturally and keeping you in a great position at the same time.
Very clever. So there's a sort of a third shape BCD. So we've looked at jackets. This is a sort of hybrid. Yep. Then you get the other end of the spectrum, which is your wing style BCD. That's
exactly right. So what I brought in was the black ice jacket. Now you see this has got a pure back-mounted inflation system on here. So this is much more like buying a backplate wing system, but it's a soft comfort backplate with a ready integrated wing system. So this is an off-the-shelf, ready to go. And you'll see what we do as well, because this is aimed at much more of a professional or technical or a UK diver. What we've actually got is APEKS branding on there rather than the Aqualung. Yeah. So the colours are a little bit darker, a little bit more UK diver friendly.
Sure.
Solus tape across the front here, so we've got a reflective patch. But the main thing is, as you said, it's a wing position.
Yeah, plenty of lift all on your back, so you've got full range of motion of your arms.
Yes.
Nothing sort of inflates in front.
And that's the main thing that people notice when they go for this style of jacket, is even fully inflated, it leaves the front of the body nice and clear.
Yes. But you've still got your pockets, you've still got knife grommets, integrated weights.
Yeah, exactly. And what we've got here as well is an especially extended pocket, and that's great for holding a full-size SMB, which of course is super important for UK diving. So plenty of storage here. Even if you don't have pockets on a dry suit, you can still keep a good size SMB and spool tucked away. So that's a really neat little feature there.
Cool. You've also brought with you an Axiom that you put on a cylinder already.
Yes.
So this is to describe your Shorelock cam band system and also the Rapture system.
That's right. So what we wanted to do as well was not only look at where we're placing the inflation for the jacket and how we're fitting the jacket to the diver, but we wanted to think of a better way of securing the tank system to the BCD. What we noticed was that when divers are lifting BCDs, standing up on the boat or standing up to move down to a shore dive, all of that weight goes into the shoulders. This can sometimes be a little bit uncomfortable. So what we did was look at the way things like climbing backpacks are built, that is to transfer as much weight as possible down into the hips. So what we came up with is the Rapture harness system. So as you'll see, it's very, very subtly different. The first thing you'll notice, Mark, is that the tank band, the Shorelock system, sits much, much lower on the tank, and there's only a single band on there. What's happening is that weight from the tank is being transferred down into a very small discrete backplate which sits in here. So there isn't a single solid backplate that you'd find in a BCD. Everything goes down into the waist, so that when the jacket's actually secured and the diver stands up, the tank itself will lift horizontally rather than sitting over onto the shoulders. So it's much more comfortable, it's a much more natural way to lift, and the weight's transferred down through the legs.
Yeah, it takes the weight off your shoulders and just put it lower down towards your hips.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really want to be going walking for miles with a heavy tank on our back, but I mean, if we have to carry it some small distance, let's at least make it as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, getting out of the water as well is always fun.
Yeah, when you come up on a lift and that tank's getting a bit heavy. So this is just thinking about how we can make things easier for divers. It's what I really like with the Aqualung and APEKS BCDs is we've tried to look at some small things that as divers are really useful. So the shore lock system is a really nice secure way of holding a tank, but what we've got is a nice two-phase closure on it. So what that means is it doesn't snap over in a single motion and remove the skin from your fingers. So that's a really nice little feature to be able to fit the tank nice and securely and not nip our fingers in there. So small things like that. And the Axiom is a really great jacket. This is our most popular jacket for dive professionals and instructors, just because we've got a combination of back mount inflation, some side mount inflation here, really great sized pockets, attachment points, and again the shore lock integrated weight system. Enough attachment points to be useful, but it's not an over busy jacket. It's a great functional hard wearing jacket. So this is particularly great for dive professionals.
Yeah, tough material, so
yep,
keep up with UK diving.
Yeah, plenty of attachment points for what you need. But also the nice thing as well, it's not heavy. This is not a bulky, cumbersome jacket, so you do need to travel with it. Again, because it will fold in half, because it doesn't have the complete backplate, it's only the Rapture system down at the bottom. It will pack up really small, so it's great to travel with as well.
Clever.
Some nice little touches as well. We've got the swivel clips on the front. So again, this allows us to pull the jacket in across the front of the body and shape it ergonomically. So again, it's all about fit and comfort.
Stops those straps from digging in, it just allows it to naturally find its most comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very smart. Lovely. Well, thank you very much for joining us today and having a look at your BCDs.
That's okay. It's been a pleasure. Thanks a lot, Mark.
So that was James from Apeks Aqualung talking about their range of BCDs, which are all available from our website simplyscuba.com, or you can access it by clicking the link in the description below. Recently, I did a video on the top 5 underwater movies, which you can watch by clicking on this link here. If you've got your favourite films, put them in the comments below so we can check those out and maybe do another clip. At the end of the show, we always like to have a look at some of your images and videos. If you've got any images that you want us to look at for next month's show, put them in the comments below with a link and we'll have a look at them for next month's show. But for this month, here's some of our favourites. Thanks for watching and safe diving. If you like that video, give us a thumbs up, click on the subscribe button and check out some of our other videos.